So the news has came out today that Harry Kane has finally made the switch over to Bayern Munich. The rumours have been there for a long time now. But we're going to see in football manager terms, 5 years without Harry Kane, how will Tottenham Hotspur get on? Of course, a lot of money coming in for Harry Kane. Can they spend that money, reinvest in the team, and make a team capable of winning the Premier League within 5 years of this rebuild? Kane to Bayern, Spurs in the future, let's see what happens. Here we go. So looking at the football manager now, you can see now we have our Spurs team in front of us. And you can see straight away, missing here from our strikers, Harry Kane is now gone. He is at Bayern Munich. Let's play Bayern Munich in 12 days' time in the pre-season friendly. So that's going to be very interesting to see how Kane gets on. Now he's at Bayern Munich within this save. But our main goal for this save is, what can we do with the money made from Harry Kane coming into the club? How are we going to spend it and how we move forward without Kane at Tottenham Hotspur? So you can see now in our actual transfer budget, we have 88 million sitting there ready to spend to try and replace and try and rebuild this Tottenham Hotspur team. Can we get a new goal scorer in? We'll put Richarlison up front, Heung-min Son possibly, or do we find someone brand new and they can get the goals and take Spurs even the Champions League football, but possibly all the way to a Premier League trophy? You've seen the team. We're going to be using the 4-2-3-1 MurphFM Ultimate 4-2-3-1 tactic that we released a few weeks ago. We've done a few rebuilds on this tactic already, and it works very well. So I'm interested to see, can we build around this team and make someone come in who can really get us firing? I mean, if we go for our best 11 right now, Richarlison starting up front, Maddison, Kulusevski, Heung-min Son. That could possibly happen at the start of the season, of course, happening for Spurs this weekend. Bentancur, Bissouma. That's quite possibly how they're going to line up for the new season. Maybe Destiny Ndogi comes in the left-back position, fresh from his loan spell over in Serie A. But this is how we're going to line up for Spurs at the start of season one. Let's see how we get on by the end of season number 1. So season number 1 in the bag, and we said this tactic's really good, but I don't think no one could have predicted this happening. Spurs winning a double in the first season without Harry Kane. There's no European football, of course, for Spurs this season, so they're gaming fresh. There's a game less every week, and they came in. They've actually won the FA Cup and won their Premier League. Start with the FA Cup first, getting to the final and beating Leeds United, oddly enough, in the final here. They beat Leeds 3-0 in that final. Goals from Eric Dyer, James Maddison, and Gio Lo Celso, seeing Spurs go all the way and win an FA Cup in season number 1. But of course, the Premier League is the big one, really. In 38 games, they won 25, drawing 7, only losing 6 games all season, scoring 77 goals, conceding 30, 82 points, 2 points clear of Liverpool in second place, and Man City on 79 points, coming in third spot. Nottingham Forest, Luton, and Burnley. Oddly enough, Burnley coming rock bottom on 16 points, almost taking that Derby County record, of course, there. They go down, but Tottenham Hotspur win the Premier League in season number 1. This wouldn't happen in real life, surely, right? So we needed a striker to replace Harry Kane. That was our main goal for season number 1. And Alvaro Morata was the option we went with. You're probably thinking, well, he's older than Kane. He's never really worked in the Premier. Tried it at Chelsea. You failed everywhere he's been the last few seasons. In terms of football manager, he's the guy you go for. 15 finishing, great concentration, decision-making, composure, all there around 12s and 13s as well. Anticipation of 16. He's got that pace about him as well. Strength's pretty good at 13 as well. 6'2", so you can win a battle in the air as well. So our main goal going forward will be Alvaro Morata. And in terms of a better option for that DM role and that CM role, we're going with Guido Rodriguez coming in now to join Tottenham Hotspur. He's very complete in terms of football manager. In terms of real life, you can be the judge. Let me know in the comment section. But 30 years of age, again, a lot more experience ahead before bringing some really good experienced players to help move Spurs on these first few seasons. And then we start bringing the younger kids, start filtering them into this team. So as you can see now in real life, of course, the likes of Kulusevski, Paro, Vicario, Solomon, and Maddison all joined in real life. We added Morata, Guido Rodriguez for 30 million, and then we bought in Marcus Leonardo. So we need that younger option for the future, of course, to replace Morata. And we thought Marcus Leonardo can't just be that. There's been links already to Europe already for the Brazilian striker. And we thought this is the chance to bring him in now and see how he gets on. We'll start developing throughout this save. And maybe by the final season, he could be our starting striker, Marcus Leonardo. But yeah, great Brazilian striker. He comes in to be our backup striker. Now, of course, we do have Richarlison at the club already, but we might use Big Ricky as a bit more of a wide player, possibly. But right now, Leonardo's a backup. Morata is the starter. And with season 1 in the bag, we do have 59 million to spend yet again. So a lot of money to spend, of course, now. Kane gone. First season, we've won the Premier, won the FA Cup. Imagine being Harry Kane. You've just seen, you left the club and they won the Premier League straight off the back of you leaving. And yet alone that, an FA Cup was like a cup double in your first season after you'd left the club. It couldn't happen. It's written in the stars, though. You never say never. But let's dive ahead now to season number 2 and see how we got on some transfer business ahead of the new season and see how we can do with Tottenham Hotspur in season number 2. And we're back for the start of season number 2 now with Tottenham Hotspur. And straight away, you can see we've been spending quite a bit of that money. We'll start off first with a transfer we made at the end of last season. As we bought Harry Kane on a loan with option to buy, option day, it's a mandatory future fee of 13.5 million. The former Man City defender comes in now to join our defence. Again, quite young at 23, can definitely do a job in this team and can probably be a starter going forward for Tottenham Hotspur. Eric Garcia, welcome to Tottenham Hotspur. Which leads into our other 4 transfers made through. Our 4 goalkeeper wise. Vicario, he's not great. We've loaned him out for a season. In the first season, okay, yeah, we won titles and stuff, but we can definitely improve. So Mendy comes back to the Premier League, age 32 now, the former Chelsea goalkeeper, went to Saudi Arabia. He comes back now, makes the switch back to London, joining Tottenham Hotspur. We are also joined then by Savic coming in from Atletico Madrid on a loan with a potential optional future fee. He's going to be joining us at the end of the season. We've also bought in Rico Lewis from Manchester City on loan for the season. Great fullback option. Hopefully we can try to keep him around the club and maybe make him a permanent deal. And then the final one, Edmund Tapsoba, who's actually been linked to in real life. Spurs have now. It's not happened just yet, but a great bit of business bringing him through to the club. Now you can see now 45 million for the new season. I think he can be an absolute rock at the back. Him, Garcia, Romero. We have some really good defenders now here at Tottenham Hotspur. And of course, now if you look at our best 11 now for the start of the new season, Morata starting up front now, of course. Rodriguez in that DM role we bought in the end of last season. Tapsoba in defence. We're looking really, really solid. Some good options now from the bench. Like Richarlison being on that bench, Eric Garcia, even Leonardo, of course, now our new striker on that bench. So we'll see how we develop and see how we move on going into season number 2 with Tottenham Hotspur. So season number 2 in the bag for Tottenham, and where we did win a Community Shield in the opening game of the season, it didn't go very well the rest of the season, coming 5th in the Premier League, so a bit of a drop-off compared to win the title last season. The Champions League being knocked out by Barcelona. The FA Cup got knocked out by Middlesbrough, oddly enough, there. And the Carabao Cup as well, we were knocked out in the 3rd round by Arsenal. So only the Community Shield to talk about this season, really. Nothing massive, of course. We did play Liverpool, beating Liverpool 1-0 in the FA Community Shield. The goal coming from Pedro Porro in that one. But again, it was a game we dominated and much deserved to win. But the rest of the season has been absolute trash for us, really. I mean, in terms of actual Premier League, we should have done a lot better, realistically. We should have done a lot better. You can see now, 38 games, we only won 20, drawing 7, losing 11 games all season, losing to the likes of Fulham 2-1, losing to Sheffield United 1-0, Brentford 1-0, a few games there. We probably should have been winning, realistically. Scoring 65 goals, conceding 47, finishing on 67 points. We're nowhere near 4th place Liverpool in the end, and we're a long way away from that title winning season last season now. Aston Villa being the shocking one, getting 2nd in the Premier League on 80 points. But Man City back to the top and winning the league title. But ahead now of that new season, we've got some work to do, and we have 96 million to spend now for Tottenham Hotspur. Big budget to spend. Can we get back to the top of the Premier League title and winning some more silverware in season number 3? And we're back ahead of season number 3 kicking off, and we have been an absolutely mental in the transfer market, getting a lot of free agents. You can see here on screen. A lot of freebies coming in. In terms of big departures, Sanchez went to Fulham for 31 million. Vicario actually sold to Palace in the end for 25 million. They were the big ones, really. See Brandon Austin, Brian Gill. A few smaller players leaving. Emerson Royal leaving for 8.75 million, going over to Saudi Arabia as well. But the money was spent. Savic, I mentioned previously, and Eric Garcia both had deals in their contract that can join at the end of their loan deals. They've been made mandatory now, and they have happened. Paulo Dybala came on a free transfer. Dybala's been linked with Spurs for a couple of years now. So doing coming that camera role, age 31 now, but still a very good player in terms of football manager-wise. Free transfer, he came in. Edson Alvarez, of course, who's joined West Ham actually this week in real life, has now joined Tottenham Hotspur. Great player. Someone I'm unsure why Spurs actually go for in real life, but a very good player to get in. Alexander Nubel joined from Bayern Munich on a free transfer. Again, we let Vicario go. We need a new first-team keeper. Nubel comes in on a first-team deal. And then, of course, there was actually another keeper not long afterwards. We went and got Dominic Livakovic. Anyone that's watched me on Twitch this year, twitch.tv/MurphFM knows this has been my go-to keeper all year long. Livakovic comes in, him and Nubel and Mendy now, all challenging for that number 1 slot. 3 amazing keepers, but for a free transfer, Nubel had to be done. And to Rebic came from AC Milan, a free transfer. I'm not going to go too much in depth in some of these ones, really. Moise Keane, free transfer. Walker Peters coming back to Tottenham Hotspur now, of course, started over here, went to Southampton for 12 million. Has came back now on a free transfer. Slimani, again, another free transfer, goalkeeping option, 27 years of age. We just love keepers, it seems, of this side. We just love a goalkeeper. Amad Diallo, free transfer from Manchester United. Brandon Williams, a free transfer, again, from Manchester United, as you probably guessed. And Haji Wright making up the list at the end there as another striking option. So in terms of how the best 11 looks now, it doesn't look any different to last season. You're probably thinking, what, you brought all these players in, none of them really actually changed. I mean, I'd probably put Tapsoba in there more so than Eric Garcia at this point, realistically. Edson Alvarez probably starting there instead of probably maybe Bentancur. So there's a few players that can integrate quite a lot. There's a lot of rotation in this team now. We do have a lot of players, a massive team now you can see on the side of me. A lot of players here, so some players probably will go up before the window actually closes, but the squad's massive. Big enough to win some silverware possibly this season, who knows? We're just going to find out as we sim season number 3. And we're back, season number 3 in the bag now for Tottenham Hotspur, where we didn't win a Premier League trophy yet again. We got knocked out in the league phase of the Champions League. The FA Cup knocked out in the semi-finals to Manchester United. We did actually win a Carabao Cup, beating Manchester United on penalties in that final, seeing Tottenham Hotspur get another bit of silverware in this save, our 3rd trophy since Harry Kane has left the club. So, not doing bad so far. We've actually won a bit of everything. So we've won an FA Cup, we've won a Premier League, and we've won a Carabao Cup. And of course, we actually won a Community Shield as well. So we're doing very, very well. But let's get to the Premier League 4. That's the main one, of course. Finishing in 4th spot, Tottenham Hotspur, 38 games, winning 23, drawing 7, losing 8 all season, scoring 80 goals, scoring more goals than league champions Liverpool and Manchester City. 80 goals, not a bad return at all. Conceding 44, but you can see a lot more goals than the other teams around us. So there's still problems possibly in our defence, but a 4th spot finish means we get back into the Champions League for season number 4. But we should probably touch on, though, there was a few transfers made in that January period which helped us push on to win some silverware. First off being Josko Gvardiol coming in from RB Leipzig. Gvardiol made the switch for 93 million. It's the biggest transfer fee we've spent so far in this Tottenham Hotspur save. I think it's their biggest fee actually in general they've paid for a player. But 93 million, came in 25 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist. A very good season for Gvardiol coming in and really helping this Tottenham Hotspur defence improve. And we bought Leo Messi, probably a bit the most unrealistic one, realistically. Leo Messi made the switch over from Inter Miami to come join Tottenham Hotspur on a free transfer. Of course, from PSG to Inter Miami this real life window. He's had a few seasons over Inter Miami, doing really well. 22 goals in one season, 8 goals in that season. But now he's a Tottenham Hotspur player in season number 4, going to season number 4, sorry. But again, 30 years of age. We thought let's get Leo in for a bit of fun as well. 225 grand a week. Leo Messi is a Spurs. But with those players coming in now, we can get ahead now, ready for season number 4. We've looked good so far. We'll keep pushing. Maybe there's still one more Premier League title in this Tottenham Hotspur team. Let's go find out. We go into season number 4. So we're back. Season number 4 is about to start. We've already made 3 big transfers, and let's dive in and have a look at all 3 of these boys. So we start off with Robin Gosens coming in on a free transfer. We bought Gvardiol in last time to play left back, centre back. Now we're thinking Gosens had a bit more security on that left hand side. Now he can push a little bit further up as well. Maybe Gvardiol can play through the middle in that left centre back role possibly. But Gosens comes in, free transfer, 32 years of age, still looks absolutely incredible in game. So it's a great shout getting him in. Then also we bought in Rodrigo de Paul, one of my favourite players in FM, of course, best friends of Leo Messi as well. So we thought, well, Messi's here, let's bring your best friend Rodrigo de Paul along for the party as well. 32 years of age, can play CM, DM, out wide, cam, a few different roles. And he looks really, really good still at the age of 32. Incredible player, loads of player traits, but absolutely bucket loads of player traits. Rodrigo de Paul, welcome to Tottenham Hotspur. And the final one, 30 million was spent on Yusufa Moukoko. We mentioned what a younger striker long-term was. Leonardo hasn't hit the heights so far we're looking for. Morata now has going to be falling away from the team now, a lot older in the game, of course. So Moukoko, at age 21, for 30 million, comes in from Borussia Dortmund to now be our main striker going forward into season number 4. So we do have quite a bit of a beefy squad right now. There are a lot of players we probably need to get rid of as well, sort of thing. The likes of Richarlison, who isn't playing a massive amount of numbers right now. He's been put into our squad for the start of the season, but at the moment, Moukoko will probably be the leading man in that team. 29 years of age, value quite highly as well, so Richarlison could possibly leave this summer. The likes of Undog, you got Goosens there, Ryan Sessegnon, Walker Peters, Brandon. There's a lot of players who can play the fullback positions now, so a few of those will be cut out. Papasar is still available to be transferred as well. Maybe a loan move for him. Who knows? Dejed Spence, not really someone who ever got that chance in the first team here at Spurs. He's been in after a few seasons in game. Never gotten the chance he could possibly leave, but of course Livakovic has been our main keeper for the long set of this game now. New belt number 2 to him. Solani's still around the club, but he's never made his debut, honestly, to someone who can probably move on in the future. But we go now to our best 11 for this new season. It's not much different, really, to be fair. We're bringing different players in. Gvardiol moving to that left-back position, but the likes of Messi doesn't even get in the team right now. Dybala and so many more cannot start in this team because Kulusevski, Maddison and Son have been playing so darn well. Messi, he's retiring at the end of this season as well, so we won't get to see much of Messi, but he's one season at the club. But let's see how he gets on in season number 4. So season number 4 in the bag for Tottenham Hotspur now after Kane left us 4 seasons ago. And you can see now, we won a Carabao Cup again. We've won back-to-back Carabao Cups now with Tottenham Hotspur. This time beating Aston Villa in the final 2-0. Richarlison is a great season, to be fair. Done a lot better than what I thought he was going to do. Moukoko bagging some goals as well in the Carabao Cup, so good to see that. Emirates FA Cup, we lost in the fourth round to Manchester City. Champions League round of 16, knocked out by Manchester United. And in the Premier League, we came third this season. So again, after winning that first Premier League trophy, we haven't been back up there yet, but this is our highest position since then. Coming third in the Premier League, winning 24 games, drawing 9, losing 5 all season. That's really good, losing 5 all season. Scoring 74 goals and conceding 29 goals. 81 points. 1 point behind Manchester United, 3 behind Man City, so the gap is getting tighter again. Maybe season number 5 will be the one where we do win that elusive second Premier League title. In terms of finances, we don't have as much this year, 24 million, but of course we have a lot of players and some big wages right now, so I think a few players are going to be cut going into this final season. We can really rebuild this team, reshape this team, and see how we get on for season number 5 with Tottenham Hotspur. So we're back ahead of the new season now with Tottenham Hotspur. Pre-season gone very, very well, and we have made a few adjustments in terms of transfers coming in and out of the club. 3 players to be exact have joined the club now. A few players have left now. Rebic left on a free transfer, Brian Gill left on a free transfer, and we bought in Ousmane Diomande for 17.75 million from Sporting. Again, another great defender, bringing 23 years of age, 6'3", good jumping reach, good heading. He's got exactly what I look for in a centre back. He's really fast, good passing, vision, all that stuff. So I'm interested to see how he develops and how he plays for us in this final season with Tottenham Hotspur. He came in 17.75 million. Sporting, he's done all right there so far, but a big test now coming over to the Premier League. We also then bought in Andre Santos on loan from Chelsea for the season. A loan move. I thought another option for DM, he could possibly help us there. I'm still a bit unsure about some players, and then we actually went and bought someone right at the end of the last transfer window because on a free transfer, Zambor Geese became available at age 31, formerly of the Cilia, playing in Napoli, of course. He's been at Fulham in the past, Villarreal, Marseille. He's been around the world by this point. Comes to Tottenham Hotspur for the new season. I think he's our starting DM now going forward. Whether it be Bentancur starting with him, I don't know yet, but the squad's looking good. Actually, if we go to our tactic now and have a quick overview of the team, pick without restrictions. Diallo, oddly enough, started now in this formation. Heung-Min Son now a little bit older. Maybe he stood start for me personally. I think like that still, possibly. Maybe now we look at maybe Diomande coming in for Eric Garcia, possibly there as well. But Moukoko leading the line, Kulusevski, Maddison, Son. It seems to be like front one there. Alvarez, Bentancur. I mean, straight away, Augusta probably come in there for me as well, quite possibly in that role, maybe. I don't know, but the squad's looking very good, very, very strong ahead. Tapsoba's popping up there. Hello, Tapsoba. Ahead of the new season for season number 5, our final season in this save. Life after Harry Kane. How can we get on? Let's find out. So, season number 5 without Harry Kane, Tottenham Hotspur. We didn't win any silverware. We came runner up this time. Look, another Carabao Cup final. 3 finals back to back, winning 2. This time losing out to Brighton 3 wide extra time. Alvarez getting the goals, it seems, for him by the looks of it here. A great season for Brighton, winning a Carabao Cup, but Spurs not winning anything. We got to the third round of the FA Cup for losing to Wolverhampton Wanderers, the quarterfinals of the Champions League for losing to PSG, so no Champions League trophies in this time frame. But in terms of the Premier League, we did come second this time round, so an improvement from last year. Playing 38 games, of course, winning 24, drawing 7, losing 7. We actually won the same amount of games as Arsenal, but Arsenal pip us 2 because they lost less games this season. Then 3 draws. Won Arsenal the Premier League trophy. How bad is that? We're so close. And our rivals Arsenal win their first Premier League trophy of this save as we come in second place with Tottenham Hotspur. Champions League football yet again for Spurs, of course, but you'd love to have won another Premier League trophy. But here's one for you. The Champions League final hasn't actually happened yet, but in terms of the Champions League, PSG, Barcelona, Man City are the winners every season in the Champions League. So Harry Kane, he might have gone to Bayern Munich, but it didn't get him that all-elusive Champions League trophy he's so far after. But if we stayed at Spurs, Premier League trophy, an FA Cup trophy, and 2 Carabao trophies. He's missed out on there. A trophy nearly every season since he's been gone. We'll take that all day long. But before we do end, of course, I'll have a quick look at how the final season actually went in terms of goals and stuff. Moukoko bagging 24 goals in 40 appearances. Maddison had an absolutely insane season. 22 goals, 21 assists in 48 appearances as well. Tapsoba getting 14 goals. We love a set piece. Of course we do. Kulusevski getting 12 and 8. Eric Garcia as well on the assists there. And of course, actually some goals, or 10 goals for him this season. Again, from those set pieces. Heung-min Son bagging 14 assists. A regular season for Spurs, but again, we didn't fail to win a trophy in the final season, but we've done quite well throughout this save. Actually picked up a fair bit of silverware, of course. You see now, Premier League trophies. We won a Premier League trophy back in 2023. We won, of course, the FA Cup, which we won a few seasons ago now. And then, of course, Carabao Cups. We've picked up 2 Carabao Cups within this save, winning it in both 2025 and 2026. So thank you for watching our Tottenham Hotspur rebuild life after Harry Kane. Now he's made that switch, of course, over to Bayern Munich. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up and get involved in the comment section. Thank you to Rees, who's helped with the simulations and working on the transfers for this video. Of course, the tactic, the ultimate 4-2-3-1, will be linked down below as well. So if you want to try this tactic out, let me know. And of course, join the Discord as well if you want to carry on this save, Life After Kane, and play through this save and see how these players get on, the likes of Moukoko and Gvardiol over at Spurs. Get in the Discord and just let me know. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again very, very soon.